Coming back to you live from the Hacker's Mansion is day 11. And I don't see no end in sight, so I'm going to keep on doing this every single day. But today's a special day. We're going to be here an hour. I know we're going to be here an hour because I have a special guest. This guy is dear to my heart. We're going to go over stories. We're going to go over so many stories, and he's going to share some cool stuff today. And I want to introduce the man, my brother from another mother. I mentored him, and he mentors me.
Yes.
Ronald Eddings, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, sir. We're in the same room, obviously, right? You see the background, but I'm telling you, it's going to be epic. Drop your questions when you come in. Trust me, it's going to be a full packed live stream for you today. So I just want to start off with I tweeted about an half hour ago, 45 minutes ago, and I'm gonna go right into it, Ron. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I put on the tweet, one book changed both of our lives. And I put that out there because I really mean it. I met Ron in 2010, right? And we were in Maryland. We were both living in Maryland at the time, and we were at a hacker space. Um, it was called Unallocated Space,
Right.
and it was an amazing place. It was set up for hackers to do some cool stuff. But one day, this guy comes in and he asks for a recommendation, and I'm like, hey, go pick up the C Primer book plus C Primer plus, and go learn that. My mentor told me to do it, and I'm gonna tell you to do it. And the very next Friday, he came in with this book.
Yep.
He came in with this book, and I was like, you motherfucker, you listened. Holy shit, you listened. Okay. What I'm gonna do is you bought that book on Amazon for $30. I'm gonna give you $45, and I want it because I don't have it. And ever since then, our relationship has blossomed from that single day of him purchasing that book. And is that an accurate
That
thing?
there is this is an accurate story, but I was actually shaken down for the book.
Okay.
I wanted to gift it back because I was like, oh, you're the one that gave me the recommendation,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you're like, this book is the Bible,
Yeah.
and here you go. But actually, let me get it back.
It was a shakedown, but the reason why I say that changed our lives because whenever I was going somewhere and thought of an opening, I always thought of Ronald. And that happened when I was at McAfee and he was working. And here's another amazing story. I would say there was an opening, and they were like, "Hey, listen, we need someone as soon as possible to do this work, right? Or we just have openings and we want to grow the team." And I called him up and I told him, "Hey, I'm gonna give you a call again, and when I call you, you better have your resume done and sent to my email. I don't have to speak to you no more. There you go." That's exactly what I said. I remember.
Another shakedown.
Another shakedown. Give me your damn resume, and that's it. And I literally hung up. A week later, I called you back, and what did I say?
You got your resume ready.
Exactly. I was like, you got your resume ready, and he did. And that opportunity came, and we worked together, and that was the first time we worked in the same company, but that was the first time we started working together. And I tell you, it was a pleasure. Those 2.5, 3 years we were together, man. Oof.
It was nice, but we had another opportunity out here, out west.
Wait, you
Jumping.
punting, you're punting. This is, I
Yeah.
told you, that's another story. I need to get into the details of when we were working together in Maryland. So we were working together, we were working at McAfee. You had some cool projects. I think we're out of McAfee, so I could drop some knowledge. You were working on a tool doing what were you doing? The Android stuff.
Right.
The Android stuff. and I'll let you take it from there. The Android stuff, and we came out here for the first time to demo it. Let's go in there.
Oh right, yeah,
Oh
that was
yeah,
when I was a Google fanboy. So
yeah.
the project that Marco's referring to is it was this kind of we at McAfee we had access to a huge amount of binaries. So what we did was we took all the Android binaries and just did static and dynamic analysis in it for those binaries and then indexed all the results.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like this search engine that we could just type in a string or a function name and see all the binaries that had the same function name or same strings.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we had an opportunity to demo it for Google, and that was pretty cool. And I I don't know if you want to go into it. We demoed it. They loved it. They kind of wanted to hire.
Yeah, they were
It
like, we
was
don't want to collaborate. We would much rather hire you.
yeah. They were just like it's cool, but how about you just work for us?
Yeah.
So that happened. We went to all these different conferences together. We really grew as a team, and I got to know Ron way more, and it was an amazing run right there. It was absolutely shout out to Chris. Chris just joined. He
Okay.
said having a hard time hearing Ron.
Oh,
So thank you,
yes,
Chris.
sir.
Thank you. Uh, Maybe you're speaking at level 3 or 4, so try to just maybe go at 10.
Let's go there then.
All right, try test. Give us some
Test.
feedback,
This is a
Chris.
microphone check.
This
One, two,
is this
three.
is good. This is live stream. Shit happens. We gotta make it happen. So, um, where was I? Okay, so we went
Google
to yeah, we went to
conferences.
we went to different conferences and stuff like that, and it was amazing. Then, I had an opportunity to come to the West Coast. Now, when I tell you about books and how they change lives, um, early 2017, January 2017, I read this book called Hatching Twitter,
Right.
and that changed my life. Is the mic on and plugged in by Chris? It is. It is. There seems to be some sort of malfunctioning. Can you hear him at all? Can you hear him at all? Just let me know.
Different input this time,
Yeah,
but
different input. Hopefully he
yes,
gets in
sir.
there. Go ahead, try it again.
Check, 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 check.
All right, that sounds better. That sounds better. I can see the levels are moving up. Just if you're at a 4, go to 10.
So basically, start yelling.
Yeah. All right, so I was going into the story. What changed my mind's books change no through his mic. You can't even hear it, he says. All right.
Oh, you know what? We're,
All right, we're having a little technical difficulties. While he's doing that, I'm gonna finish telling the story. So you, all right. So I started reading Hatching Twitter, and it completely changed my life. The way I was thinking, I said I need to go out to the West Coast for the gold rush, and I found the opportunity out here. And when I moved out here, it was something like out of the movies, like Social Network. That's a real thing in Silicon Valley. The sun is amazing. The environment is awesome. When I moved out here, I went out. A quick story with my mom's. We went out to go and eat, and we went to Panera Bread and we sat down, and the guy right in back of us was talking about databases and web applications, and I was like, yeah, this is heaven. So like I said, for me, it completely changed the way I do stuff, because reading is fundamental. Are you good now?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. This should be pretty loud, right?
All right, give us feedback. If you could hear Ron, he switched up his mic,
Is this loud? Because it's loud on my end. Let me actually turn my.
headphones.
Yes, sir. All right, there we go.
All right. We should we
What do your
should be
levels say? What?
The level's looking good here. Um, yeah, just I was gonna say, just let me know, and you know, guys, give us feedback. And this is what it's about. You troubleshoot on the on the fly. This is live stream. You know, it's good that we're knocking it out. Still nothing on Ron's end. Still nothing.
It might actually be the way that you have the mixer input. Because if it's on, you might have to change it to mono, the input.
Um. Hmm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I'm let's come over here. You could just come over here. This is live stream. I'm trying to figure this out. I have on my levels on the soundboard. It has the Scarlet what we have as USB, and I see the input fluctuating back and forth. So that's why I don't know what's going on. But what I can do is this. I could give you this mic, and I could use my internal mic.
I have another converter. I could just join in from the Skype. Can you play my Skype?
Yeah.
All right, then let me just switch up.
All right.
So I'll still be on the call, but then I'll be downstairs.
Perfect. Oh, perfect. And I'll lock you in. And this is how we do it. Check, check. All right. All right. 1 second. Look, sometimes it be like that during live streams. But we're gonna get this working. I'm happy we're in the same house because he's gonna go out of here and we're gonna be right he's gonna be right back. But let me finish what I was saying with hatching Twitter is that when you read a book, sometimes you get these ideas and it just allows you to dream and put ideas in your head on things that you could possibly do, and that's exactly what happened when I read Hatching Twitter. If you haven't read it, please read that book. It's about how they launched Twitter, and it was absolutely amazing, and it's the reason why I am in Silicon Valley today. Now, while he's joining, I'm gonna make sure that he logs in, and then I'll bring him on. But the next step was when I was out here. Ron was at another job. He had left McAfee and he took up another job. And I was like, hey, I don't have any friends out here. And Ron, every time I speak to you, it sounds like you don't like where you're at. So, do you want to come out here and work here? Now, at the time, people at my job was skeptical, but I knew how hard Ron worked, and what I just did was I was like, look, when you believe in someone, this is the shit that you do. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the shit you do when you believe in someone so much. I went to my boss and went to my boss's boss and I said, you know why you're gonna hire this guy? Because if he sucks, you can fire me. I promise you. I've worked with him for 2.5 years. I vouched for him, and I would bet my career that when he comes in here, he's going to be successful. And actually, when I just said come in, he came in. So and that's what it is. That's what happened. When I said that and when I spoke to both of my bosses, they was like, you know what? If he's willing to bet his career for this dude, yeah, you know, hire him. So that's exactly what happened. And he came out here. He we worked together for I believe a year, and then he went off into Demista, which is now a part of Palo Alto. And yeah, it's an amazing story, his story, and I want him to go ahead and tell that. But when I tell you, there's moments in your life where everything changes. I believe that happened when this book when he purchased this book. And the reason why I say that, his life changed as well as mine. It was both of ours. I didn't, you know, maybe I mentored him for a year, but now he's mentoring me on different things, and you have to be willing to go back and forth with your mentors and be a mentee. I'm constantly learning. I know Chris is watching this, and he schools me on a lot of things, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm not above him, he's not below me, but we're constantly growing together. And that's what it's about. And I think for me, that's what this stream is about. It's about, one, get your mind off of everything that's going on. But two, how can I provide value to one person? That's it. That's all I care about. Just one person. And here we go. He's it looks like he's dialing back in, and we're going to hopefully get this stream going. Hey Ron. There
Yes, sir.
there we go. We are live, sir. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you basically coming back. So did you share out? All right. I think you have something blocking something might be blocking you. I don't know. All right. He's redialing back in. Technical issues. This is live. This is like when you have a demo at DEF CON and it doesn't work and you're trying to figure it out, right? Yeah, so like I said, you're always going to go ahead and you're always going to try to strive and be a better person. Oh, there he goes. There we go. There we go. Thank you guys for your patience. It was like 5 minutes, but we're back. Okay, that we're just gonna drop and give him a call right back. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Let's see. All right,
All right.
there we go.
Are the levels okay?
The levels are very good. I believe they're good. Yeah. So I was giving them a rundown of the first time we worked together, and then how I came over to the West Coast, and then the second time we worked together, and when you came over, and yeah, it was a interesting ride, and I was speaking about like how I mentored you in the beginning, and now you're mentoring me, and it's a constant growth, uh, like just trying to get better every single time. And
Right. Yeah.
that's what it's always about, right? Just taking it to the next level, trying to get to the next level, and it is what it is. But I want to ask you, because I always ask every person that joins us, how are you dealing with what's going on right now?
I've been keeping myself busy. So there's a lot that I could get caught up in and be distracted by, like wanting to go outside and whatnot. But I've been looking at this as a time for me that I could learn a new skill, get involved in something that I didn't typically have the time for because I'm going back and forth to the office. So really for me, this has been a little bit of a blessing. I've been trying not to go crazy, but I've been just using my time to like read, study, reach out to people that I like and I love. So it's been a nice little staycation.
Nice, nice. And here's the thing: how do you get yourself in the zone when it's so noisy outside? You're seeing what's going on. What do you do to get there to be really focused and be in top peak performance in the morning in the start of your day?
Yeah, so there's a lot of people, and like hearts out to anyone that's being affected by what's going on right now with coronavirus. But Um, what motivates me is knowing that I have an opportunity. Like, there's some people out there that don't necessarily have the same opportunities that I have. So I'm looking at this as like, let me not miss my chance. Let me make
Mhm.
sure that I show up with this opportunity that I have, wake up early, go to sleep early, and really just make sure I get enough sleep. That's my biggest thing. If I get enough sleep and go to bed early, then everything else I could have fun for the entire day. I can go to work, have fun when I get off. I think it's about when I start my day and also having enough sleep for me to like stay in that peak performance.
What does it how or how many hours do you need for you to be at your top peak performance where you're going at it 100% tenfold?
Probably 7, 8 hours.
I'm happy you said that because most hackers always like, "Oh, you know, I sleep 3 or 4 hours, like sleep less." And I believe the same thing. To be at your peak and to perform at a high level, you need that sleep, you know, definitely. I need minimum of 6 hours and 50 minutes. I usually don't get it, but I know, the average for me to perform. I know when I wake up and look at the app that's tracking me, my sleep. I know what type of day I'm gonna have, and that
Right.
and just being self aware and just that you have to adjust. Right? It's gonna be a 4 cup of coffee day for me, and I want to sidetrack because all of these issues and everything is going on, but I wanted to ask you and really for you to comment because you're the one who put me on to the Wim Hof method, and I am greatly I I I appreciate it so much. I want you to talk about it because it is that important to me, and then we could go on to tech stuff because that is super important. I believe at this moment for stress and everything that's going on.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting for me to talk about it like in this setting, but it's a meditation technique. It could be used as also like a health benefit kind of technique also, but for me, it's really like my way of meditating. Like when I look at meditating, I think of like sitting in a quiet place and being still for 20 minutes really, and that's pretty boring for me. So like Wim Hof is a form of breathing. It's a breathing exercise, and you breathe in and out heavily for around I would say about 1 minute, around 30
Mm-hmm.
breaths. But kind of just doing that and getting a lot of oxygen in your body, there's a lot of benefits with the mind, benefits with your body chemistry. But it was really one way for me to clear my mind and start meditating. That's how I like got into meditation was through Wim Hof. But I think that if you do it, that you do see yourself feeling better.
Nice, nice. So what I want to do is I want to have you on if you have time next week because I want to do the serverless because we're already 30 minutes in and we had some hiccups, but then I know what I need to troubleshoot. And shout out to Chris. And I want to have like I think I want to have people tune into that in the early parts so we don't have to go into it. But I do want to speak about what you're doing right now at Palo Alto and what you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years from now. So what do you do exactly right now for Palo Alto?
Okay, so I'm a security architect, and I'm also a manager of security architects. And what our focus and our expertise is really in is security automation. So security automation from all facets, whether it's engineering your alert logic or engineering your response process, and also documenting those things, and also automating and also documenting remediation strategies too. So all facets of security. That's my team touches everything.
Nice, nice. And you guys are growing tremendously, right? Over the last 2 years, you guys went from Demisto to Palo Alto, and you guys seem like you're still growing.
Yeah, rapidly, rapidly, and there's a lot to do. We have a lot to do in security, so the opportunity and the things that we're gonna do are really unlimited.
What do you recommend for someone to get into the security space in general?
For someone to get into it, I would say certifications is a great way to start. If you have no experience, you're not currently in college, I think certifications is a great way to try it out and see how it's going to be. You don't have to necessarily fully commit, but you could also get a chip after you finish, that study material.
Mm, that's the truth right there. I completely agree. That's kind of the route that I took to get into the industry. When I got in, there wasn't a security, you know, market. It was just like IT. So I took certifications: A plus, Network plus, Security plus, and then I wanted to get my CCNA. I didn't get that, and then I think there was like GAC. I started GAC.
Right.
That was the shit, right? I had the first. I was in the first class of Lenny's GAC reversing malware in 2005 or six, and then I did incident handling, and I really enjoy the SANS courses. Honestly, I really do. I like it.
You
Now
talking about Lenny Zeltser?
yeah, Lenny Zelsa.
Oh, okay,
Um,
nice,
yeah.
nice.
So I took. I was in
He's been on
his.
the podcast.
Oh, nice. Oh, wait. Shout out to the podcast, right? If you're
Yes.
not following, go follow. I'll let you introduce where to go, and you guys are everywhere now, everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, your favorite streaming platform, check out Hacker Valley Studio on podcasts. You could also go to hackervalley.studio, but great way to reach out to us is through LinkedIn and Twitter.
Yeah,
Our kind of genre is technology, self-help. We're all about the human element in technology.
nice, and it is very entertaining. I recommend every single person to go and listen to one. Once you listen to one, you'll be hooked. Trust me on that. And so yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm constantly growing. Now I take Udemy courses, right? I had a mentor, Santi. He was like, "Hey, you want to do bug bounty? Go to this Udemy course and take this one course, and there's these other courses, right?" So I'm constantly learning, and I'm always asking you questions. We're we have another roommate, but we're both in the same house, same mansion, the hacker mansion, and this is what we do. We're constantly learning. We're constantly asking each other questions, and then we're challenging each other, right? And that's the big thing. What are you going to do this week? How was your day? What is the insight? Are you better than yesterday? So these things are constantly happening all the time.
Yeah.
Do you do you have any recommendations for the people that are watching this that are in the hacker community, the infosec community, cybersecurity?
Any recommendations as to
On
what?
books, training, anything that you feel that could help one person and change their life.
That's a great question. If I had to give a book right off the top, I would say The Four Agreements.
Mm.
Awesome book. It's by a great author who has other books out there too that I'd recommend. His name is Don Miguel Ruiz. If I'm looking at movie recommendation, I think that's also important. Get your mind off tech a
Mm.
little bit. I actually liked the latest Jurassic World, the
Oh,
latest Jurassic World
nice,
movie. Yeah.
nice. I mean, at the end of the day, it is all about getting your mind off of what's going on, and this is exactly why I'm doing live streaming every day at 6 o'clock. And as we wrap this up, I'm going to need you to come back next week. We're going to get this right next week. We're going to get it right. And this is the first time I kind of had that hiccup, but I kind of noticed it the last time I was on. So I'm happy we ironed that out, and I'll figure that out just in case we want to. I have another person on here, and we might have the same issue, but here's the thing. Here's the request that I have for the people that are watching and that they're gonna watch this on YouTube or Twitter later. I want to do women in tech on Wednesdays. That's what I want to do. I have one person. Um, I reached out to that person and she's literally on quarantine, and I'm praying for her that what's going on with her. It's not COVID-19, but I am praying for her, and I hope she has a speedy recovery. I also had a shout out to Black, Black, my goon brother. Yesterday, we had the unfortunate news that his wife passed, which was a good friend of mine. And God bless you. I'm thinking of you, and I hope you get through this tough time. Now, everyone going through what we're going through, you know, stay strong, stay in your house, and keep fighting. Thursday, I have a big giveaway. I'm thinking about spoiling it. I'm giving away some coupons to Pentest Lab. I'm gonna have the guy who created pentestlabs.com on, and you make sure you tune in because I'm giving them away. So if you put in if you're gonna comment on Thursday, I'm gonna give them away, and they're gonna go fast. So definitely tune in this week. On Friday, I don't know if I'm gonna get him live, but I have my good friend. I don't want to ruin it, from Romania. He's gonna be joining, and trust me, you don't want to miss that one. I think I might have to pre-record it because 6 p.m. over there is like 4 a.m. over there. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to get it live. I'll pre-record it, roll it, and probably just ad lib it and comment. While I play it, we'll see. Saturday, it's going to be a special one too. And then next week, we're going to keep on doing this until shelter is out of place. And with that, Ronald, thank you for joining. And you will be again on this live stream next week. And I promise I'll work out all the kinks. Thank you. Thank you, Ron. I from the bottom of my heart,
Yeah.
you've done a lot for me.
Likewise. Thank you. Thanks for putting this on for me and your community on Twitter. Shout
Yeah.
outs to all of y'all for tuning in. But yeah, thanks for having me on too.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, a lot of people, especially this time, you don't this is the time to reach out to your friends and family, right? I'm lucky enough to have in where I live at, two really good friends, and Ron has been there. I've known Ron since 2010, and every year we've grown more and challenged each other more, and we get to have those conversations, and I just want to say thank you, brother. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow. Gone.